Alright, so we're doing things a little bit differently here today. If you can see, I got the Ecashsociety t-shirt going on right here. So also, those are down in the description below. If you really want to support this channel, if you've made a decent amount of money out of this channel, it's a way that you can support this channel. Consider picking up one of these t-shirts that we have over at Amazon. I'm enjoying having this shirt. I want to say that, like, it definitely suits me and what this channel is really all about. Cryptocurrencies, as well as making money with your smartphones. Pretty cool shirt that you could possibly have, and we have a variety that's going on Amazon, different shirts that you can choose. But beyond that, let's get to the point here. I want to showcase my entire setup for how I make money online. I want to show you guys my phone farm, what I'm making out of my phone farm. I want to show you guys the offer systems on my website. I want you to know what I'm making out of these offer systems. We now have quite a few more offers that have been put on to the website for you guys to make money with. But also, I'm making money at the same time. So shouldn't you know this information? Beyond that, I want to show you guys how much I'm making out of my mining setup right now. So we're going through every single thing. Everything that is putting money in my pocket, we're going to have in this video today, including how much I'm making out of having a YouTube channel, which is still profitable. As much as people would think that you're not going to make money out of a YouTube channel, starting one. It took me a year to get to this point, so don't get me wrong, it does take effort to build yourself up here on YouTube, but it's doable, and I'm proof that it's doable. So we have a lot to talk about, so let's just hop right into it. Alright, so if you see here, I do have quite a few phones that are going. My whiteboards are not looking too good these days. I had an issue with phones actually sticking to these whiteboards, and I went through a variety of different options as far as getting them to stick. I had some double-sided tape. That did not work out. I ended up having to take that off, and I switched back to Velcro. So I had this issue whenever I moved. My phones would actually not stay placed after I moved. Took all the phones down. They became very frustrating to work with. So that's something to really think about here. If you're deciding to build one of these little phone farms, you definitely want to consider going with custom mounts or racks that you can put your phones on, and you won't have to deal with this kind of scenario. And it cuts out having to purchase something like adhesive tape or Velcro out of the scenario. But getting on point here, these are all ULotto applications. I have UTV, I have UWatch that's going right here, as well as a couple of ULotto applications. And that's something I'm actually going to be branching further into, is building up just ULotto phones for only the ULotto application. And I'm still averaging right around, this number is down, I do want to stress this, I did have URewards going. So URewards was making me right around like $100 to $150 every single month. I'm not sure what has happened with this application. I've heard talks that the URewards application is about to shut down entirely. So let's really hope that that's not about to be the case. But so far, I'm still doing pretty well with the U applications. And the biggest thing is they're the most passive application that's out there right now. But who knows? You know, things, if they got much worse, we're in a very bad time period for phone farming. That really can be said. But I don't want to kind of ramble on here. Let's actually move on over to some phones that I have over here on the desk, and we'll check those out. Alright, so you can see over here I do have quite a few phones that are just kind of sitting on app redeem. And what I'll do is at the end of every single day, whenever I have free time over here at this desk, I will just hammer away at these videos. That's all we'll do. And then after that, we'll switch it over to app trailers, and I will go through a little routine with app trailers and build up my points that way, as well as I kind of mess around with scratch and win over here. So scratch and win, it kind of frustrates me, though it pays out pretty well, but the work that you have to put in going through the application kind of gets on your nerves at some point. But moving over here, you can see I am mining cryptocurrencies, not making a lot, but of course the profitability is way down for mining right now. And a setup like what I have, which we're going to go even further in depth with here in just a second, a setup like what I have would have been making right around like $35 every single day, right around the end of 2017. But if you notice here, we have a Titan XP, as well as a GTX 1080 and also a GTX 1060. So we're going to move on to the other build, but I will mention these phones as well really quickly. I have right around 4 phones sitting here. These phones, a few of them are on UI applications, I believe, as well as I'll just test out different routines with these phones. Once again, this is what I do at the end of the day. I search out applications that I could possibly use to make money. Once again, let's move in here. We still haven't taken down the Halloween decorations, but we want to check out mining setup number 2. So in build number 2 over here, I have a Titan XP as well as a GTX 1080 Ti. And of course, this is my iBuyPower snowblind. We've talked about this a couple of times here on my channel. If you've not seen this desktop, I encourage you to see what it's all about. It does have that see-through LCD display, and it's really amazing to look at. Every time I see it, I'm still interested in this computer. But let's get on point though with my mining profitability, which you can see here. For that, you know, a Titan XP as well as a GTX 1080 Ti, only $1.45 a day, around that. And the profitability does go up and down here, but I really want to stress that a setup like what you're seeing would have made over $30 a day, right around that amount, and at its peaks around $35 a day. With all of these cars that I have showed you, it would make around that at the end of last year. So it's kind of frustrating. We're heading towards the end of the year. We're not seeing profitability get any better, and I'm starting to question whether it's going to get even mildly better here in the distant future. So, but I really want to showcase to you guys how I'm making money with websites, because I feel like a lot of people are overlooking this idea. They don't want to put the time and effort into building a site like the one that I have. And out of everything that I'm doing, YouTube and my website are the most profitable things that I have going on. The world of phone farming has went downhill. Those UI applications that you saw are only making me around like $100 to $150 every single month out of all of those phones. Now perk, if I was to tally in everything, right around maybe $150, right around the same. But I've kind of quit using the perk applications so much, guys. That's the big thing. I've quit using them as much as I used to, because they are so frustrating to deal with, you know, and that's just me being legitimate with you guys. It's gotten frustrating to even look at these perk applications. And I know there's quite a few people that know exactly what I'm talking about here. They're getting sick of these applications and how they function. Though it's still great that they give us this money, it's become this frustrating thing for me. But I do still work with them. I take what I can get out of this scenario, and I try to not let it become stressful for myself. But guys, let's check out some of this information for how I'm making money online with my website and YouTube. Alright, so we've taken a look at pretty much all of my hardware. We've looked at all of my phones. We've looked at my computers that are generating some cryptocurrencies. We've looked at all of the hardware, but we have not taken a look at my earnings via the web. So this is kind of where I want to try and be a little vague here, but at the same time be pretty blunt. There's a channel out there, and I think a lot of you guys know exactly what I'm going to hint at here, that has talked about paying smartphone applications. More importantly, they've talked about phone farming for some time, right around like 4.5 years. I think it's been 4.5 to 5 years they've been on YouTube. They've been promoting phone farming, and the one thing we've never really heard out of them is how much money do they make out of their website? How much money do they make out of the referrals that they have gotten for these applications? How much money are they making in that area? And how much have you helped that channel to have a certain amount of ad revenue and supported this channel? That what does it really do for you in turn? So but once again, we'll kind of keep things a little bit vague here, and I don't want to do much of a personal jab, though I feel like there's been a lot of negativity in my direction from this specific channel. And in fact, I was over in a specific group that decided to not let me be a part of the group after promoting my YouTube channel. It's like they just wanted to silence me. they wanted me to be very, very quiet and have no one even know that my channel exists. So, and that's what you deal with here whenever you're trying to build something. You're going to deal with people that will be an obstacle for you in the future. And you have to kind of fight back here. That's all you really can do. And try to do something better. There's another YouTuber that I know that has around like 60,000 subscribers. He is a good friend of mine. And, you know, he said the same thing. You have to pretty much... It's how much you want this. How much do you want this to work out for yourself to make this idea that you have grow? And we're going to go into that as well. But I want to talk about this specifically. My referral earnings for perk. So you guys never get to see this kind of information on YouTube. But it's exactly why I want to put it here. Now, if you see, I do have tons of referral earnings that have came in here via perk. I've got tons of referrals, but only so many of them decided to pick up the applications or the website and start using them. But if you notice here, I have had quite a few that have earned me quite a bit of revenue here. So, and that's one thing to mention. Channels like mine, using referral systems, you're going to make some money out of that scenario. If you build up a channel on YouTube and you can make it to an application and discuss it, the second that it launches here, you're going to make some money. There's no doubt about it. So I want to send out a personal thank you to each one of these people that have chose to support my platform here. They were nice enough to use my referral code. This is something you don't get from any YouTuber, is a personal thank you to you for doing this specifically. So you guys right here that have helped me out, as well as the guys down here, thank you very much, because it paved the way for me to have more nice things within my lifetime. So that is a thank you out here to these guys that have used my referral code. I will have guys that will contact me and offer to use my referral code. And, you know, just kind of, it's mind-blowing. There's people out there that are extremely supportive. But then you have, once again, and this is where I would try to stress on my channel, a lot of you guys, and I know you know what I'm talking about here, just consider who you're supporting here. Who are you supporting? The guy that just doesn't care about you at all? Or the guy that really is appreciative to have opportunities like this? So, moving on from that though, guys, I want to point out this specifically. The offer walls that I've currently integrated onto my site, a few of these are very new. But the most profitable out of everything that I've had here has, of course, been AdSense Media. And if you notice here, I've had pretty much $1,000 payments out of AdSense Media almost every single month since I started my site here. I've made $1,000 out of this scenario. Though once again, and we try to shoot this straight to people, 70% of this revenue goes out to the people to use my site. So as well as 30% is of course mine, but then of course AdSense Media takes an additional 7% of this revenue, because I've switched my system from Net 60 over to Net 30. So that's one thing to mention here. All of my earning systems right now are -1, I believe, is set right around like 70% to pay out to everyone. And, you know, I'm okay with letting you guys know that. I don't take the largest amount that I possibly could out of the revenue here, which I've seen a lot of sites that will take half or even more than half. So I try to treat people very fairly with my site here. But let's get really on point. I want to show you guys Grab Rewards, which I just started here. And if you notice, so far since we started, we have made right at like 27 bucks. Now, another thing that I've noticed is these sites, the offer systems, are currently in a slump. This has been the worst month that I've ever had for AdSense Media this last month. I only made right around like 500 bucks out of last month, whereas I usually make around $1,000, pretty much guaranteed $1,000. So it's been cut in half. But once again, each of the offer systems you're about to see, they're only going to grow over time, and we have just put them onto the website, Ecashsociety.com. But over here you can see that I do have HyperMX that's going. This was another bad month, and the only reason I feel like this month was very bad, this last month, was because I had to do tax information for HyperMX here. So let's come over here though. Well, last month for HyperMX I made right at 100 bucks before I had to do this tax information, so that would be the month before last. But OfferToro, since I've started, I've made $109 out of OfferToro. And this is information that's just really lacking on YouTube. There's no information for how much you make out of these scenarios. Offer Daddy, $26 since we integrated and started Offer Daddy. It was doing very well when we had Kuiko Videos, which was their video system that they launched that's been going up and down. It'll be up 1 week, and then next week it's gone. So maybe they're trying to fix this platform. I'm not 100% sure. And then, of course, I do have KiwiWall, which was literally just put in place, and we've made right at $3.85. So the one thing to point out to you guys is, if I had a website, let's think about it like this. If I had a website versus right now where I'm at, having like 10 times the amount of users on my site, and I have 1,500 users. We just passed up 1,500 users on the website, which is really awesome. But imagine if I had 15,000 users on my site, how much these numbers would just drastically grow. So if you think about these major websites like Swagbucks and Perk.com, as well as I would say Grind-A-Buck is getting pretty up there, and also InstaGC. If you look at those sites that are pretty much at the top of everything here, and you imagine the thousands of people that are on these sites and how much money they're making from these scenarios, it's quite a bit of money. So I would imagine that at the end of next year, because of everything that I'm doing with my site, the fact that we are integrating more and more offer systems onto the site, it is just, I mean, it's kind of exploding here how much has happened with this website in just right around like 6-7 months time. You know, to have that many offer walls on my site, to have this going the way that it is, and to see how many people have kind of hopped over to my site and used it, we're growing at a very rapid rate here. But I do want to show you guys one last thing, and if you notice here, this is my estimated revenue for YouTube, and this has not changed much. It's been right around the same amount. I think my first payment was right at $600, right around that amount. And right here you can see that my next payment that I have coming up is probably going to be right around the same amount once it all is said and done here. The revenue comes in. So if you look at this scenario for everything in total, what I'm making, I probably make right at around $100 out of my mining setup every single month. But of course, there's an electricity cost there, so that number does go down quite a bit. But these other opportunities make up for that, and I keep those cryptocurrencies because I would like to see cryptocurrencies, the value of the altcoins, the Bitcoin that I have, go up astronomically in value. That's what everyone, I think, is hoping for. And I believe it will happen. But also, if I was to talk about the UA applications, we discussed that I'm making right around $100 to $150 out of the UA applications. If I tallied all of these offer walls on my website together, and if I had to give a rough estimate of what I make out of, I feel like they're so new, it's hard to sit here and say what it's going to be like a few months from now. But if I was to sit here and say how much I'm making on average right now out of everything in total, I think that next month I'll make easily between $200 and $300 out of this scenario. And I think come the end of this upcoming year, I think that by December of next year, I'll probably be making around $1,000. That's the goal I want to see. I want to see around between $700 to $1,000 a month out of my website alone. And I want to see my YouTube channel grow to somewhere around, if I could get up to around like $800 to $900, or maybe even towards that $1,000 mark, which I feel like is very doable here. That's what I want to see happen with YouTube. And I guess lastly, we have the perk applications at $100 to $150. I don't really mess with too much else here. I'm running Earn Honey. We didn't really mention that. But of course, it's only between $20 and $50, somewhere around that amount every single month that I'm getting with Earn Honey. But the profitability has actually went back up for Earn Honey. So, guys, I feel like that's everything. And the one last thing I will say here is I'm building 2 more websites. I'm helping to build. I do have a programmer that I work with who sets up offer walls for GetPay2 websites. I have now helped 2 different people to build their websites, and now they're profiting, these 2 people that I built these websites for. And also now I'm working with 2 additional clients that I have that I'm helping them to build these websites. So there's a lot that's going on here at Ecash Society Tech Talks that maybe this will be a bit of a personal jab. There's much more going on over here at Ecash Society Tech Talks than the other very top, if you could even call it top anymore, phone farming channel of YouTube. And once again, I feel like we're doing some amazing things over here. We're going to keep doing amazing things. We're going to keep showing that information that is not anywhere else online. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. That's right, you've been looking for easy ways to make money online. And from here, guys, you can check out some more of my content on my YouTube channel via the links on either side of me, or you can head over to my website and start making money immediately with my website and learning more ways to make money online. And guys, as always, like, comment, and subscribe.